so big and powerful, we have to practice. And now he's using all the different tools that if we just without the practice, if we know something, it's not going to benefit it for. It won't get full benefits. And therefore, we have to practice. That's the simple way to explain. So here, now, again in this same line, if you look these days, now I missed those lines, but it said, every living being has Buddha nature. And that, of course, I explained before many times and said many times. So everyone has a Buddha nature, or which is known as Tathagata Garbha. Tathagata Garbha. Buddha nature, and that Buddha nature in the Dzogchen teaching, self-awareness, or the Rupa. That is, so everyone has a Rupa. No one is out of this. That Rupa is the seed, cause of the Buddhahood. That is the Buddhahood. It will bring the Buddhahood. That is the Buddhahood nature. It will bring, or enlightenment, bring as a Buddha Sammanabhadra, or the Vajradhara, or the Vajrasattva status. But even though it has that, even you know that, we have that quality, you know that, then if we don't practice this, we won't get enlightened. We won't discover that beautiful potential, beautiful nature. Then we will be same as before. Before, nothing really going to change. So therefore, he's encouraging, after you receive the teaching, after you know the practices, put that into practice. If you like to get full benefit, as explained before, the power and all these things, this all only comes by practicing. Only comes by meditating practices. Combination of the wisdom and compassion. That will bring the result. And everyone, if you practice this, or anyone practices this, now he's talking, if anyone practices, there is no excuses. If we practice this, there is no excuses. Everybody get the realizations. You don't have to make any excuse. So everyone is the same, everyone is equal, everyone has a right, everyone get the result. Doesn't matter what situation or circumstance that you are having externally, but if we practice it, everyone get. And here said, if you practice it, everyone will everyone be liberated. Everyone is liberated. This is another terminology of the enlightenment. Everyone will get enlightenment. Where liberated, for example, liberated to that original state, to the Rupa state, self-awareness status. From where liberated? From the duality world. From the world of conception, we liberated to the state of the primordial Buddha, the self-born awareness, and the great brilliant Rupa status. We become the Buddha. And because you're liberated, there's no difference, or excuse you have to make anyone, there's no difference between whether you are smart or unsmart. Everyone has the same potential, everyone has the same qualities, and this is so, because also is explaining, this practice is so simple. You don't have to be fancy, logical, philosophical, and I do it, and reach, and this and that thing. It's so simple. It's so easy. It's just being casual, being relaxed, be ordinary. That's what I really talk. He said there's no difference between smart or intelligence or not intelligence. Or whether you study, no difference at all. That was it. There's many stories that is also, for example, in teaching said one time there's one, and here similar here said, Nyangfalin, even if you practice it, if anyone practice, even that is so many times called very dumb. It can't do anything in the samsara world activity, and just better to send to after the animals or cow herd. even that person will be get enlightened. You can't do anything in the samsara, any kind of like useful activity except going after the animals or cows. Even that person will be get enlightened. And there's a story. This is in not story, in the teaching. Teaching said, Nagarjuna is sitting, of course, Nagarjuna is a great master, Nagarjuna is a great scholar, Nagarjuna is a great Mahasiddha, and so he's meditating and practicing in a hermitage, in the mountain areas. And there is then a very dummy person, or not a really smart one, and a cowherd. Cowherd, I think his name is called Loi Sanchap. But however, this cowherd comes there, it brings cow around where the Nagarjuna is meditating. He comes there and that. And soon after, this cowherd becomes so feel comfortable with Nagarjuna, and he always comes to see Nagarjuna. And then later he started bringing some milk to him, to Nagarjuna. And he's so happy always to see Nagarjuna and coming there again and again. And then afterward, then he was really devoted. He liked to stay there all the time. Then somehow he arranged it. And then, but he don't know anything. He is so dull-minded and not know anything. I mean, that's what they sent after him, after the cow. And so now the Nagarjuna, he don't know anything. Nagarjuna jokingly mentioned, he asked to meditate. Meditation instruction, he don't know how to do. Again, he did it. So jokingly Nagarjuna said, meditate cow. So the cow has been so many times, long time with the cows. So Nagarjuna now said, meditate on the cow. So he meditated on the cow, and the teaching said, because his concentration is so strong, even if it's dull, his concentration is so strong, that even he really developed the cow horns on his head. And now is really blocking his movements because the horn is blocking. So now they thought, oh really, he has good concentration. Now you meditate, you don't have cow, you don't have horns. And he also did the same thing, and then that horn is gone. Now he is easy. And then Arjuna gave the exactly simple instruction how to meditate. This time he meditated, he became the one of the great Mahasiddha or the greatest Siddha, and known as Loya Sanchap. Loya Sanchap in the Tibetan word, and if translated, the enlightenment of Naga. So Nagarjuna's, I think, name he got, Loya Sanchap. Nagarjuna is Lodap in Tibet, Naga, and then Naga Bodhi. In Sanskrit, I think Naga Bodhi. Naga Bodhi, he become really great Mahasiddha. And this is generally, in the teaching, always said, in the Vajrayana teaching, said, Vajrayana practice, who will reach the enlightenment so fast? The first one is so devoted, so joyful and smart, that devoted individual will reach enlightenment very fast. Then second, one is so dummy but very stable. Dummy, stable, that will reach enlightenment quickly because his mind is so stable, he don't think so many things. His concentration is strong, and therefore if he stays as the instruction, then reach enlightenment. So there's two persons. One is a very smart and a devoted one, and the other is a dummy and stable, or devotion stable devotions, and that really will reach enlightenment, as like Naga Bodhi in the teachings. So here say the same thing. Even the cowhead will be liberated, enlightened. And the next one is